So this is a video that I have thought about making for about a year now. And it's called, What is in My Work Bag? So recently I actually changed up my bag. I went from a Samsonite backpack to this Nike backpack. I carry a lot of stuff in this bag for what I do. So let's talk about what's in the contents of my backpack. So first, just real quick, because there's a tool that I want to use that's in my backpack for this video. So in this front pocket, right, backpack's pretty simple. It's got a laptop pocket back here, which we'll get to. A main compartment, medium compartment, like a microfiber compartment for like glasses. And then this front pocket right here, which is where we're going to go to first. And then this little pocket right here, okay? So first things first, in this middle pocket right here, first thing that I keep in here is my Beats Studio 3s. Now I know Beats aren't the best build quality. There's a lot of controversy with these headphones. But part of the reason is that they're just so light and compact. These are the Studio 3s, so they're over the ear, or on the ear, not over the ear. But when I go to edit or whatever I'm doing, and I just want like the sound to be kind of drowned out, these definitely do the task. It muffles what I'm hearing, but still gives me the ability to hear if like something's really going on that I need to pay attention to. And then the sound is just really, really good for me and what I'm doing on these. The main reason that I wanted these specific headphones is because of the folding. I thought about going with like the Skull Candy Hesh 2s because they're really cheap and the sound quality is amazing and they pretty much do the same thing. But with these Beat Solo 3s, I was like, all right, bet. They were 50 bucks, got them from some kid, so I had to put them up because they're so compact. The next thing that's in that pocket is what I call my camera accessories pouch. So I got this little pouch from Target. It was like in there, that little section that's normally in the front of the store. It's like $3. And it's just a little pouch to create more organization in my bag. I really like that. So in this little pouch, I keep a couple things. So I record with my phone. So I have this little mount for my tripods so that I can do top-down video. Maybe someday this will go away, but for right now it's in there. And then the other thing, and the tool that I really want to use, maybe there's more, no, is this little shutter button. So Life Choice, I work with a company in Cheyenne called Life Choice. They're a pregnancy care center, and I do some videos for them. So they hooked me up with a tripod, and they came with this Bluetooth shutter button that is amazing. That being said, let's get into the rest of the bag. Now going from how I would actually go normally, which is from the back to the front. All right, so now in the bag, in this main laptop compartment, I carry my MacBook Air, like charging brick, right? Because you gotta have juice for your MacBook. And I have an older MacBook in this bag. Now, in my workflow video, you saw this. So I keep it in this Case Logic case just because, to me, the extra padding just makes me kind of sleep better at night, if that makes sense. Stupid thing stays sitting up. So I carry in the Case Logic case that has two pockets. In the front pocket, again, some of you, if you saw the workflow video, you know what I have is my portable hard drive. This is the My Passport for Mac from WD, and I love these. I love this drive, like I just do. It's been such a huge help. And then, of course, the cable for it. And then I have my MacBook. This is about a 2014 MacBook Air. I know I'm super out of date, but for me, it does what I need it to do. It edits videos. It helps me with my workflow. It does a lot. And then I have a Vinyl Addict sticker because I do love vinyl. I have a mustache sticker and then the office sticker, just some of my favorite things. Put more stickers on here. For a long time, I wanted it clean, but now I'm like, well, let's sticker it up. But then the back side that most people don't see. So these are all Chiba Hut stickers, which is a delicious, delicious sandwich restaurant that we have in Fort Collins, about 45 minutes away. And these are some of the stickers from them. And then Peace, Love, and Little Donuts, 2 stickers for them because they're great too. So this runs my video editing, anything like that. That's what this thing's for. And the occasional workflow, but normally I have another task or another tool in my bag for that. And then I have a mouse pad just in case I'm on a surface where my mouse just seems to not be taking like I want it to. So that's the camera compartment. Let's move on to one of my favorite compartments. Just pulling this thing back up front, zipping that pocket up. So it has this really large, spacious main compartment. And one of the things that I really loved about this bag is all the pockets that it has, all the storage abilities, and the fact that I can get to each of these pockets. So let's go from the front to the back of what's in this pocket. So first things first, in the tablet pocket, I keep two things. I keep my 8th generation iPad that I love and does the majority of my work right now. So like I said in my workflow video, my wife is working from home. That's why I picked this bad boy up. And I just have this decently cheap, almost iPad Folio-esque case that I just have on there. I love it. Stickers. I'm a sticker guy right now. So I have one that reminds me to think outside the box. Sorry. Think outside the box. And then another one that says be courageous. And then a beard struggle sticker that says F you cancer on the back. And I use this to preach out of, teach out of. I also use it for like the majority of my workflow as far as like doing research. If I'm doing my schoolwork, this is the Bible that I use now. I just use the YouVersion Bible app. I can highlight, I can pull it up. It's way easier than like having to take my Bible with me that I have to use for school versus the Bible I teach out of, which sounds weird. I can explain that in another video. And then the other thing that I carry in that pocket is the Logitech Crayon. Now, eventually, I'd love to update or upgrade to the Apple Pencil, but for right now, I got this thing for 25 bucks when it retails for 65. So I'm really, really happy with the build quality and the functionality of this Logitech Crayon. It's not the most professional looking thing, but I'm a youth pastor, so most people don't really care about that. And the main thing that I use this for, this Logitech Crayon, is I use an app called Notability. And so I take all my notes on Sunday or whenever I'm listening to somebody preach with this Logitech Crayon. So that's the main thing that I have this Logitech Crayon for. I used to use it kind of as a mouse, but then I realized the mouse functionality on the iOS 14 is just amazing. So on to the next thing. I keep my calendar, my planner. I'm sorry about this bag. It just wants to tip over because it's so heavy. So I have my planner. Nothing fancy, just a normal planner from Walmart. I've used a bunch of different stuff. I need to adjust to March. This helps me stay organized on paper. I have a lot going on from school, and I'm an online student basically. I'll explain that here in a sec. But from schoolwork to running the events team at our church, running the youth group, and a bunch of other stuff that I do, this calendar is a lifesaver. In order to stay organized, maybe I'll talk about that in another video, but I use this, a calendar that's at the office, and the calendar on all my, the one that's on my phone that connects to my Macbook and my iPad, as well as my iMac that I have downstairs. So I carry a calendar in here just so that I have paper copies of what to do when I'm planning. The next thing in this bag, in this specific pocket, is I always have one of my classes with me. So I'm going to Patriot Bible University. It's out of Del Norte, Colorado. I order my classes. They send me the book and the workbook. I read the book. I put the answers in the workbook. I mean, honestly, so it would have been really hard for me to go listen to lectures because I started college so late. And this is just a great way to do it. Right now, I'm going through the book of 1 Samuel. And the book is, it's called Be Successful, Attaining Wealth That Money Can't Buy. It's a really good class. It's pretty enjoyable. There's some opinion stuff, which, again, we can talk about that later when I talk about, do maybe a school video and what that looks like for me. But, so I always have a class in there just so that I don't have to, go to the office or go home to get my class. I always have one with me. The next thing is, again, if you saw my workflow video, you know, is a inexpensive Anchor keyboard, Bluetooth keyboard for my iPad. It's held up really well, and I actually really like the typing experience on this. I'm super surprised considering that it was like 20 bucks. I mean, the keys aren't anything special, but it helps me get the job done, and it's a lot better than typing on the screen. So I have that. Then I have this Decine pouch right here. That's just a pencil pouch, but I use it for a couple of things. Again, I love organization in my bag to make sure that nothing's all over the place or anything like that. I just like being able to go and grab it. So in this little mesh compartment right here, I have some straps for cords if I ever have to wrap them up. 2 USB sticks. One's pretty old and I got for like $5, but I still keep it in here because I have some files I just don't really want to get rid of. A newer one. There is a lightning to I think it's 3mm jack for headphones if I have to use them. I actually use that specific dongle for what's in this bag, which is a little lavalier mic. Which right now I'm using the shotgun mic, but I use the lavalier occasionally. And then I have an extra pair of wired headphones, a USB-C cable, and a couple adapters for my MacBook just sitting down here. And so this allows me to not have cords just thrown around in here everywhere. And I really like this little pencil case. I found it for $7 at Sierra Trading Post, and I had to have it. So I picked that up. That's it in there. Then I have the mouse that I use, and I went with the Logitech Triathlon. I really like this mouse. It's super ergonomic in my hand. It feels good. It has this lock button to like free flow the wheel or to lock it up to make it a little more like crisp, and then really clicky. And it connects to 3 different Bluetooth devices. So I have this connected right now to my iPad and my MacBook. And whenever I'm using like both of them simultaneously, it's really quick and easy just to switch back and forth for whatever I'm doing. If you don't use a mouse for your iPad and you use an iPad for your everyday like work, I don't know what you're doing. This like just having a mouse is amazing. Eventually, I'd like to upgrade to the MX Master or I think it's the MX Anywhere. But for right now, this is a great balling on a budget option. It's got buttons. It's responsive. It's a really, really sweet mouse. So I carry that in my bag just from my iPad. And then I have a stand. So when I teach down in the youth room, I use this stand most of the time. Or when I'm working, it's just a fold-up stand. Goes really compact, but it fits my iPad perfectly. I use it a lot right now when I'm working to elevate my screen just a little bit so I don't like have to look down. But that being said, I also use it when I teach to put my iPad up so it's just close to my face. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. Right now I'm kind of playing with, I'm just getting to teaching and preaching from my iPad, so it's like 50-50 if I'm going to use this for that or not. So that's it in that pocket. And there's quite a bit of stuff in that pocket. Now I don't like to I have a lot of stuff, I don't like to shove my bag full because I don't like to put a ton of pressure on my tech. But let's get to the next pocket. So the next pocket is kind of a smaller version of the pocket before it. And it folds down so that I can get complete access to it. Now, this is where I keep some decently interesting stuff, but it's more workflow / kind of random based. It's kind of my random pocket. So it has this back pocket back here where on the little string, but that is for your keys. I put a Spuds microfiber cloth. Shout out to Your Average Consumer. He talks about this all the time, so I went out and got one. So I have that in my bag. So I always have that microfiber cloth with me. And then I have this notebook. So trying to keep smaller with my bag, right, and but have everything in one. I used to carry my Samsonite backpack and a nutsack, and that was just a little too much. So trying to keep smaller and keep everything in one, so I just have to take one backpack everywhere I go. I have this little notebook from Moleskine, and it's the same length as a normal size notebook, but it's not as thick this way, and there's not as many pages. But this is where I do all my sermons, and it's currently my prayer journal, which I have been combining journals, notebooks into prayer journals / sermons for a while. But I just got this last week, threw it in there. I love using this. I was using this traveler's notebook that my wife got me for Christmas. I just had to write too small, and it was getting really confusing. So I love having this notebook in my bag. And then in that same pocket, I carry right now, at this current time, which may change, Tiger Balm pain relieving patches. So I love Tiger Balm, the product. My sensei told me about these, and so I had to get them. I injured my shoulder, and these were a lifesaver as I worked to heal that. But I was in a lot of pain, but I don't really like taking pain meds very much, so I use these. They were a huge help. The next thing is this zipper pocket right here, and there's nothing super special in this pocket. There's this cord, so I'm starting to do some video editing for Shine Connections. And so I was in the office kind of talking, and I was like, oh, that's dope. And he was like, we'll take it. So it's a micro USB. So it's one of those janky like promotional cords. So it's nothing fancy or like real special. But it has a micro USB, Lightning, and USB-C all wrapped into one, and it extends. So it's just a way to have like an extra backup cord if I need one that extends, and it just sits really small in that zipper pocket. And then I have glass cleaning wipes. So if you wear glasses or you have tech, it's always important to have these ones are lens cleaning wipes, but they're also used I also use them for like tech if it gets smudgy and microfiber cloth just won't do it. So I carry about 3 of those. Normally, I just don't like to have too many of them because I don't use them all the time because a microfiber cloth normally does the trick. Next thing's in this pocket, and it's just a power bank. I can't even remember which one this was or is, even though I was so proud when I got it because it was like my first name brand. I think it might be Mophie or I don't know. But anyways, I carry this power bank. I switch between this and my Anchor power bank a lot. But this one, it just charges my phone really fast. It also lasts a long time. So I don't have to charge it every night, but normally if I use it, I do just because I'm bougie like that. I think it's a 10 milliamp hour battery. Honestly, I can't remember. I've had this thing for so long. Oh, sorry. It's 10,400 milliamps. So, I mean, it's a sweet power bank. I really like it. It's long, but it's thin. And so normally if I'm charging any of my devices, I'm at my desk anyway, so it doesn't really matter about portability. I've either consumed content or been recording on my phone, so I need to plug that bad boy in, or I need to plug my iPad in normally on a Wednesday when I've been studying on it all day and I got to go teach out of it later. So use this thing. Love it. It's amazing. Then in that same pocket, I have a fountain pen. This is the Monteverde Deluxe 2, I think. But no, it's a Monteverde Deluxe, sorry. But it's a it's a carbon fiber finish with rose gold accents with a black nib, which is beautiful. I use fountain pens a lot. One, just because they're really, really classy. And they help me slow down because of the inkiness of the ink. They help me to slow down so I can make sure that I read my writing. I've kind of gotten away from them recently, not because I don't love them, just because I switched bags and I didn't bring this one over. So I'm starting to use it again. Right now I have Liberty's Elysium in there, and that's part of what I love about fountain pens is I can use so many different inks that I can use one pen for almost everything as long as I clean it properly when I switch inks. But right now I have Liberty's Elysium, which I buy my fountain pens from a company called the Goulet Pen Company. Super cool, love them, and how like their customer service and everything. But Liberty Elysium is one that the owner, Brian, worked on with Noodlers, I believe, to create a beautiful blue ink. So I have a fountain pen. Then I have a pocket where I keep all my like writing utensils that I use normally. So I'm kind of working my way through a Parker Jotter. If you don't know like pens very well, the Parker Jotter is very well known. This has the gel insert, and it's just very, very smooth. If I'm not using a fountain pen, I'd rather use a jellier ink just because it kind of gives the same feel and I don't have to put as much pressure on it. So I have a Parker Jotter in there. I have the Sharpie S-Gels, which if you didn't hear that like Sharpie made an S-Gel, Sharpie used to have a fine point pen called the Sharpie pen that people went crazy over, but they got rid of the full metal body, which I have one, but the ink's dead. But when they released the Sharpie S-Gels and I saw them, I had to try them out, and I love these pens. They're ones that my wife uses for work. I'm noticing that they're coming at they're showing up all over. My nephew uses them to draw. I got the full metal construction one because I just think it looks really slick and professional. So I use that. That's probably my go-to right now. Then I have a mechanical pencil where I need to pencil things in my calendar or want to just write stuff down but don't want it to be permanent. I always keep a mechanical pencil. I'm kind of looking at what's better. The reason I went with this Zebra mechanical pencil is because at the time I was using a Zebra pen that was the same. So it's the same whether I was writing with a mechanical pencil or my pen. It didn't matter. And then just recently, I've been watching a lot of these videos and saw that people who do videos and stuff are carrying these multicolor big pens. So one, nostalgia. Hello, we all used these as a kid. And I picked one up. I actually picked 3 up because they were in 3-packet staples. And so they're these ones and then like pastels, I believe they're called. So these like bright colors, like this right here. And so I'm just using the one that's black, green, blue, and red. And this is just so in a notebook you're going to see here in just a minute so that I can color code that notebook to what video, who it's for. That way when I'm looking through, I don't just have to look at the title, but I can go, okay, red, here it is. This is what I'm doing for Life Choice, or this is what I'm doing for Connections, or this is what I'm doing personally, or this is what I'm doing for the church. So I'm really excited to start using one of these. I picked them up. My wife was like, oh, it's one of those. We use these as a kid all the time. They don't write great, but the nostalgia factor is super cool. Next in this right pocket, as you're looking at the bag, I carry a deck of Theory 11 playing cards. If you don't know who they are, they make really, really high-end playing cards that are beautiful. The boxes are just gorgeous. And I like to carry, in every bag that I've had, I carry playing cards with me. I have some Hoyle, waterproof ones that are really cool. I have a couple decks of these Theory 11 playing cards. But I carry playing cards just in case I'm ever bored. I need to get better about, and then this is what the back of the card looks like. And that's just like a demo card that they put in there. But these cards they're so high quality. The shuffling, they're a real game deck, so they're easier to shuffle, easier to work with, all that kind of stuff. And they're just gorgeous, which is why I picked these up. This white and gold is just absolutely amazing. But I carry them just in case anybody, I'm chilling and somebody has a card game they want to play, I can pull it out and be like, hey, here you go, let's do this, I'm bored, whatever. And then I carry 2 Zeni microfiber cloths, mainly because I just got them. I want them in my bag, but they're in that pocket too. So that's that pocket. So legit, I have everything over here on this side of the couch. This bag hasn't been this empty since like I bought it, so it's really weird now. So in this like little main pocket that's for glasses, I carry my AirPods. So I almost always have, and again, I think we talked about this in my workflow video. Maybe it's overkill to have over the ear and in ear, or on ear and in ear, but I have AirPods. They're like my Bluetooth device for my car because, yeah, I'm driving an 04 and it just doesn't have that. But I love these AirPods. These are the Gen 1s, nothing fancy, but my wife got them for my birthday, and I absolutely love having AirPods. I use these to consume content through the day, like in the background as I'm studying and doing my job. It also makes it really easy when I'm on the go talking on my phone. I don't have to have it on speaker. And these probably have a crisper sound to the listener of my phone call than any Bluetooth device I've used since I got my car. So AirPods are in that pocket. And then guys, I am so excited. My Zeni optical glasses just came in the mail. If you're not familiar with Zeni, neither was I, and they're not sponsoring this video. Nobody I've talked about is. But if I like a product or a company, I really want to talk about it when I talk about their products. So Zeni Optical is like an online optometrist store or optometry store, whatever the word is. So you go, you get your eye exam, you input your prescription, you get glasses. So these glasses that I have on right now are Zeni glasses. Now these ones I didn't put any coating on. I went with the cheapest thing that I could just because I didn't know if I was going to screw up the prescription or not. But still, like, I love the way they look. They feel quality even though they were a cheap price. But here's one of the things I'm really excited about. With every other pair of glasses that I've worn, I've never had sunglasses. I've had to wear the goofy, like, over-the-top glasses. Even when I had transition lenses, they just didn't work as well as sunglasses do. But with Zeni and it being cheap and inexpensive, and I'm cheap and inexpensive, boom, I have a pair of sunglasses that are in that bag, in that pocket with the AirPods. So they're not the exact same, but a similar style. They're really sick. They kind of have a pink tint to them. It's like a blue and pink tint. And honestly, like, I love these bad boys. I am so excited that I can have sunglasses again. One, I think sunglasses look cool. Like, yeah, maybe I'm a cheese ball, but that's just kind of me. And then on top of that, like, going out, especially when it's really bright, like, I'm so excited to drive to Fort Collins today. It's the day that I'm recording this video. I'm about to go have lunch with my brother, but I really wanted to get this recorded. But, man, having a pair of sunglasses is amazing. And Zeni's awesome. When they send you your glasses, you get a microfiber cloth that's wrapped around your lenses to keep them safe in shipping, as well as these cases. Now, yeah, maybe you're like, oh, well, that kind of seems like a cheap, janky case. Yeah, so for my sunglasses and my glasses, I paid $23. Yeah, let that sink in. Total, I'm in $33 between eye exam and these glasses. Zeni's dope. So that's the other thing I carry. So then obviously vice versa, right? When I'm in the car, I'm wearing these. These glasses go in this case, go in that pocket as well. So that's it for that pocket. Super simple, just 2 things. But I love those 2 things that are in that pocket. Okay, so last but not least, I have what I call, so backstory. My brother gave me a sweatshirt one time when I was a kid. It had a little like zipper pocket up here, like inside the like pocket, you know, like the pouch pocket like this, and a zipper pocket right there. We always call it stash pocket. So now any secret pocket, I call a stash pocket. So this little pocket in front, I call my stash pocket, and it runs super deep back here. I just carry a couple things. So the first thing I carry in here is my creative book, is what I call it. So this is where I have all my ideas, and I storyboard videos, video ideas for Life Choice, the church, my own personal thing, and hopefully eventually Shine Connections. When I convince Landon that I really, really want to help him and just try to come up with video ideas. So there's some personal ones, and this is why I want to get, this is a video that we're actually doing right now, is it's storyboarded. And then other, like, events for the church, videos for the church, all that kind of stuff. I threw one of our church stickers that we threw on a notebook. Now, normally we just do the logo, but this is what we did for Christmas gift to everybody. We did a notebook with that sticker on it. And then I just have some papers, like one call for the church, and then some random ones from another little notebook that I was using. This is another notebook from Moleskine, and if you can tell between this and the one that I write my lessons in, they're the exact same color. I love pink. Our youth ministry, like, logo color is pink. I love pink. I don't know why. It's just my thing. Even in my disc golf bag, the majority of my discs are pink. I just enjoy the color. I don't know why. It is what it is. So that's the first thing, my creative notebook. So I used to carry a little notebook a lot in my pocket, but they always get torn up. I always go back to these moleskin ones. I know a lot of people use field notes, but moleskin are like easy to get here. And I don't really like shopping online, which sounds weird because I just talked about Zeni. That's an online optical store. I do like to save money, but if I can go face to face and still kind of not spend a lot, I love moleskin notebooks. I also like field notes. I've used them. They were what got me started on these, but I like the limited branding and the fact that like there's just moleskin right here, and then it just looks like a notebook. So love that. Next thing is I keep my medical insurance in this little thing, which I almost showed you, but I keep my dental and my like medical in this little thing just here, so it's always on me. So if I have to go to an appointment or whatever, I have it. It's close by. I can grab it. Next, from time to time, I'll have my business card holder in here if like I'm wearing pants and like I'm wearing sweats or shorts. I want to have my business cards. I know it's weird for some of my age to have business cards, but like I am constantly like, I just got one from my boy at Grease Monkey. I keep my Beach Please punch card. If you're in Cheyenne, go check out Beach Please if you haven't yet. They're amazing. And then I keep my personal business cards, which I'm in the process of remaking. But I have a business card holder just to switch, and then my basic life support card in there too, which you would know from my EDC video, but sometimes it makes its way in this bag if I'm wearing pockets that just don't, aren't going to hold this, plus a wallet, plus my money clip, plus my beard comb, plus all the other stuff that I have in there. So that'll end up in there sometimes. So right now, hey, you got to see it twice. The other thing that I have in that pocket too is at our church, we started these name badges. So I have my name badge in there because I kept leaving it on the refrigerator, so I didn't wear this thing for like a solid 2 months. So now it's in my backpack, and I know where it's at, and I can always grab it. So that's in there as well. Then I keep just a couple medical products, and I used to have a first aid kit and everything that I carried. I need to put one back in there, just a minor one. So I carry these Crappies Feel Good Focus. I think they're Focus Fighters. Oh, sorry, Fade Fighters. So these things, if you're feeling a little down, they're not going to like spike you high, but they're going to help you focus. So anytime I'm going to like edit, and I'm like really drowsy, or do school and I'm really drowsy, pop one of these things in about 30 minutes, boom, they're good. Crappies is a CBD product. It's super nice. It's super premium. They're chewable tablets, so you don't have to take a pill if you can't. You just chew it. And I use a couple Crappies products, and I want to get more because Crappies is just amazing. It's called Crappies Feel Better. They're amazing. Check them out on Instagram. Again, not a sponsor, but I believe in the product. I love them. And if you're like, you're a pastor, you can't use CBD, that's not true, so I do. So then I have Tylenol, with like a Tylenol bottle, that I just have a couple different like pain relievers in there. I have some Advil liquid gels, mainly acetaminophen, extra strength, and then normal, because I do get headaches from time to time, mainly because of my hair like pulling back. I'm not quite used to it yet, or I'll get super stressed or whatever, but it's always good to just have headache stuff with you. So that is my bag, and I know it sounds super, super weird, and it kind of seems weird that I have all this stuff, but there are still things that I want to put in here. Like, I would love to get my hands on a camera, so I don't have to record everything with my iPhone, and that will go in here. That'll go in this, probably this front pocket right here, or up here in that pocket where the microfiber claws and the pins were, and that little dump pouch. But that's really all I want to add. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with what I have, but I have everything that I need for editing, that I need for my just normal workflow, that I need for school, that I need to keep organized, that I need to be able to create. I have everything in this bag, and that's just amazing. If you liked the video, why don't you leave a like? That helps out the channel. Subscribe so you can get more content. I'm trying to put out a video a week again right now, and I go through this journey a lot. But now that I have this little notebook and I'm starting to storyboard videos, I'm going to put some videos that I personally edited out. Maybe do some videos about that process and what that looks like, especially if I have a camera. I can use my phone and that camera just to get a couple things. But looking to add more content to the channel. And like I said about a year ago, I'm just going to talk about what I want to talk about just because, like, I don't have any purpose. Like, not that I don't have any purpose, I have a purpose. My purpose is to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. So in every video, I want to make sure you know, 1, to like and subscribe, but 2, non-self-serving, that Jesus loves you so much and he died for your sins. I know that's so crazy in a world that tells you that Christians are supposed to hate you, but man, I love you and he loves you. Don't always listen to what people say. They have it twisted. Hope you have a good day. Peace out.